What's up, guys? This is Dominic with Port Pumper Society. I have a relatively easy day today. I'm mainly servicing grease traps. This first one I'm heading to is outside. It services a commercial kitchen. It's usually super oily, so not a pleasant smell first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach. But we're gonna get after it. After this, we've got about 3 more, and that should fill up our truck, and then we'll head to dispose of it. A lot of y'all were asking where we dispose of the grease. There's a plant we dispose of the grease. They also accept septic, and what they do is they separate the solids from the liquids. The solids, I believe, they turn into compost at some point, and then the liquid gets sent off to be treated, and then the water cycle continues. By that I mean they either discharge it into a creek or something like that, but by then it's been treated enough to where it can fit in with the rest of the water. It doesn't go into straight up bottles of water. Some people were saying that in the comments. I don't want y'all to get the wrong information and be afraid that y'all are drinking straight up sewage. But maybe if the water cycle continues, maybe at one point that water was in a septic tank, but by then, I mean, it's been treated by the soil and all that, so there's no trouble. And if this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That'll let you know when I drop a new video. I'm trying to upload more frequently, especially these longer videos. Shorts, I try and upload the shorts every day. So, we'll keep all that coming. And why is there a horse walking right now? Just got like a random ass horse. So, let's get into it. Time to go fishing. Get my handy dandy gloves on. Got this grease trap tucked away right behind the oil and the trash cans. Got like all the worst smells together in one spot. Nice. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this one has just these nuts, and I think they're super loose, or at least loose enough to just spin off with the channel locks. Oh yeah, that looks real nice. And this is a pretty small one. I think it's just maybe 300 gallons. How we get a lot of these grease contracts is a lot of people don't realize how often you need to clean these out, because unlike a septic tank, all the grease hardens in here and it'll eventually clog up the pipes going in and out. So a bunch of times they'll get clogged up and then give us a call. So then we'll come unclog them, jet out the lines, and then pump it out and get them on a service contract. So we come usually every 3 months, sometimes more often, depends how big the facility is and how much water they go through. Get all this ready.
pump it down a little first, and then we'll hit it with the crust buster. And yes, grease does smell way worse than septic. I'll take a septic tank over grease any day. Just get it low enough where I don't have to worry about kicking stuff up the inlet or outlet. You can see it's not that big. Rinse it down, get it as clean as we can. We're not gonna eat off it. And no, washing down the tank does not get rid of the bacteria. It's not like I'm hopping in there with some Fabuloso and wiping the walls down. It's just a water hose to get the chunks that are left behind. And as far as starter bacteria goes, and now mind you, I'm talking about septic tanks, all the enzymes that you would need occur naturally in your gut. All that bacteria will make it into the septic tank. Unless you have some sort of medical condition, or you're taking heavy doses of antibiotics, chemotherapy, that can definitely mess with the bacteria inside of your septic tank. But other than that, if you're just really cautious and you want to go ahead and put it, I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to. But the best thing I will say for a septic tank is keeping out as many solids as possible, keeping out plastics, wipes, and getting it pumped out. I know usually say about 3 to 5 years, but it could be more depending on household size of your system. And then if you really want to get technical, you want to get it pumped out when the solids reach about 30% of the entire volume of the septic system. And the reason being, you want that septic system in the drain field or leach field to work as long as it can. It takes maintenance. It's like a car, man. You drive a car 100,000 miles with no oil change, what do you think is going to happen? Sure, it might be running good for a little while, but when it breaks, it's gonna break. Same thing with the septic system. We see it all the time. Never had it pumped out, and then by the time they call us, the drain field's failing. So then we have to give them the news. Besides the pump out, they pretty much have a holding tank because their drain field's not working anymore. And then depending on the counties, a bunch of these counties just want aerobics put in now. So that's expensive compared to pumping out a system every 3 years or so. Fasten this down, that way nobody will fall in. I always see horror stories about toddlers and stuff falling into these, so you really want to make sure you secure these properly, and that's why I take pictures of everything, because I never want anything coming back on me if something bad were to happen. So take pics of all the lids closed, time, date, geo location. That way if something ever happens, they're like, well, who was the last guy that pumped it out? Oh, it was Dom with juices. I've got all the pictures to back up what I did and how I left everything. I was always taught, leave it how you found it, but if there's an issue that I need to address, say like it's missing screws or it's not shut, I'm gonna fix it and note that I found it a different way, but I fixed it. That dumpster smells kind of nostalgic. Reminds me of when we walked to the cafeteria in elementary school. Kind of get that rotten milk smell from the dumpsters. That's what it reminds me of. And yes, I do still have my sense of smell. But I mean, stuff that smells bad, I feel like a lot of people just psych themselves out. If you think it's going to smell bad and you keep telling yourself it's going to smell bad, you're going to react accordingly. But if you get in your mind, it's like, ah, it's not that bad, I'll be okay, you'll be fine. But grease does smell worse than septic, I will tell you that. Okay, make sure we don't forget the bucket. Fasten everything down best we can. I really need to organize everything. Alright, now on to the next one.